How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 28 Chapter 2. This is Season 28 of How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues Episode 2. In this episode, we will be contrasting expression of impulses with inhibition in regards to dissonant consensualities. Now, unlike inhibition of impulses, expression of impulses is not associated with a dissonant consensuality in which it was inhibited. The reason is simple. Consensuality requires the possibility of inhibition, but expression requires no consensuality. A different mechanism describes the culmination of action pursuant to expression of impulses. Action, unlike inhibition, is subject to the dialectical interplay of will and reaction. When you act with some expectation of a result, that is contingent action, which renders you subject to the reactionary process of your non-consensuality. To understand this interplay requires review of some early subject matter of the monologues in relation to your anthropic subjectivity and the outward-inward direction of causality. Contingent action is reliant on attachment to some external subject, which renders your subjectivity outward-facing and object-oriented. This is in contrast to suppositional action, which is non-contingent, made without any expectation of a result, in full equanimity of the result, which preserves an anthropic subjectivity. On the one hand, is the release of attachment, the holding of an object without actually grasping it. On the other, is an attempt to hold that which cannot be held. The more one subsumes one's subjectivity in one's non-consensuality, the less control one truly has over the result. The agency of action in the non-consensual is to release attachment, thereby acquiring control. The more one seeks to control one's non-consensuality, one's shadow self, the less control one truly has. Anthropic subjectivity is a concept used to describe the shaping of one's future path through reality based upon the precondition that one's subjectivity remains extant. In effect, an anthropic subjectivity shapes its path through reality according to its own existence. But it does so passively, rather than actively, ensuring that its subjectivity remains preserved from one reality, one path to another. This grasping release described above is one and the same as the zeroth gate described in a past episode. You'll note that this technique of maintaining one's subjectivity from one path to another can be juxtaposed with the disappearing object phenomenon. In that example, one's memory of events does not reflect the historically parsimonious path. As such, one's subjectivity is not preserved from one path to another. This must be contrasted with the above, wherein one's subjectivity is the precondition. That is, in transit from one path to another, one's recollection of events must be a true reflection of the historically parsimonious. That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.